Welcome to Of Goodness and Truth from Divine Providence by Emanuel Swedenborg, Vegetarian, Part 1 of 2 on Words of Wisdom. In the 18th century, a great Swedish scientist and inventor, at the height of his career, began to see visions of heaven, spirits, saints, and angels. He saw Lord Jesus come to open his inner eye, which allowed him to travel in the celestial sphere and talk with different spiritual beings. This mystical experience transformed the scientist into an enlightened spiritual leader, with a new understanding of Christianity. His name is Emanuel Swedenborg. From 1744 onwards, Emanuel Swedenborg spent over a decade of his life writing down what he saw in his spiritual voyages in more than 24 books. His visions of heaven and the afterlife, his realization that God is love, and his discovery of the Holy Bible's deeper meanings are just some of the revolutionary topics he bravely documented. The life and works of this remarkable spiritual world explorer inspire people to this day. Today it is a pleasure to present excerpts from Divine Providence, wherein Emanuel Swedenborg explains the importance of the union of goodness and truth. The Lord's Governance. It is the intent of divine providence that everything created collectively and in every detail should be this kind of whole, and that if it is not, it should become one. This means that there should be something of divine love and something of divine wisdom together in everything that has been created, or which amounts to the same thing. Something good and something true in everything that has been created, or a union of what is good and what is true. Since what is good is a matter of love, and what is true is a matter of wisdom, I will be talking about what is good and what is true instead of about love and wisdom, and about the marriage of goodness and truth instead of the union of love and wisdom. We can see from the preceding section that in everything that has been created by the Lord, there is a kind of image of the divine love and wisdom that are a unity in the Lord, and that emanate from the Lord as a single whole. Now I need to say something more specific about the unity or union that is called the marriage of goodness and truth. This marriage is in the Lord Himself, since as already noted, divine love and wisdom are a unity in Him. It is from the Lord, since love and wisdom are completely united in everything that emanates from Him. They both emanate from the Lord, as the sun, divine love as warmth, and divine wisdom as light. Angels accept them as two, but the Lord unites them within the angels, and the same holds true for people. To the extent then that angels and people participate in this union, or in the marriage of goodness and truth, they are images and likenesses of the Lord. This is because these two realities are a single whole in the Lord, and in fact are the Lord. In angels and people, love and wisdom are a single whole in volition and discernment, and therefore goodness and truth form a single whole. Or what is the same thing, when charity and faith form a single whole. Or what is also the same thing, when a belief system from the Word and a life according to it form a single whole. As for the way love and wisdom form a unity in things beneath or outside us, in the animal kingdom and the plant kingdom, I may mention 3 things by way of preface. First, there was a marriage of goodness and truth in the universe, and in absolutely everything in it that the Lord created. Second, this marriage was broken up in us after creation. Third, it is a goal of divine providence that what has been broken apart should become a whole, and therefore that the marriage of goodness and truth should be restored. Then too, everyone can see on the basis of reason that if there was a marriage of goodness, and truth in everything that was created, and this marriage was later broken up, the Lord would be constantly working for its restoration. This means that its restoration, and therefore the union of the created universe with the Lord by means of us, must be a goal of divine providence. The good that love does is actually good only to the extent that it is united to the truth that wisdom perceives. And the truth that wisdom perceives is actually true only to the extent that it is united to the good that love does. The reason for this lies in the origin of goodness and truth. Goodness has its origin in the Lord, and so does truth, because the Lord is goodness itself and truth itself, and these two form a unity in Him. This is why the goodness in heaven's angels and in us on earth is not really good except to the extent that it is united to truth, and why the truth is not really true except to the extent that it is united to goodness. We know that everything good and true comes from the Lord, so because goodness forms a single whole with truth and truth with goodness, it follows that if anything good is to be really good and anything true is to be really true, they need to form a single whole in their vessels. These vessels are heaven's angels and we who are on earth. It is generally recognized that everything in the universe involves what is good and what is true. That is, we understand goodness to mean that which everywhere comprehends and comprises everything that has to do with love. And we understand truth to mean that which everywhere comprehends and comprises everything that has to do with wisdom. It has not been generally recognized, though, that something good is nothing unless it is united to something true, and that something true is nothing unless it is united to something good. For more information on Emanuel Swedenborg, please visit swedenborg.com.
Turn vegan? Does your conscience tell you that you are a great person?
Kind viewers, thank you for your company for today's words of wisdom.